Yeah, thank you for joining my live. If you're just coming in, please grab a chair and sit down. Today we are going to wrap up our one week anxiety week campaign, which we started since on Tuesday. On Tuesday we talked about what anxiety was, what it actually is, what the concept of anxiety. Okay, some people have been always saying that they feel anxious. In fact, some persons, like in some countries, I've seen some persons always describing symptoms of anxiety and ascribing it to panic. They say it's panic, but actually anxiety symptoms, which may, when overwhelming, and become an anxiety disorder. Okay, so I see a lot of persons who have been saying that what is anxiety? So anxiety is actually the body's way of actually fighting stress. Okay, it's the body's mechanism of fighting stress. Okay, it can actually more like it's actually stimulates the fight or flight response. Okay, so it's just the body's own mechanism of fighting stress. So you will notice that when you have an event, when you have an upcoming event, preparing for an event, maybe a life event, or you have a test, you have an exam, you feel yourself becoming anxious. You may have sweaty palms, you may have racing hearts, you may see yourself. So let me write the caption so that people who are just coming in will grab a chair and just sit down. Okay, so it's just going to be like 30 minutes left and we'll be out of here. So, like I said, we started this 1 week long campaign on Tuesday, and today Friday, today Saturday, we are calling it a wrap. So that's why I asked that we're going to do this live session, so that if you have any question that has been like a source of concern, you can just ask right here, and you get your direct answer. Like I said, what people always refer to like anxiety, the way they describe it, I just know that what they call it panic. They say they have panic. So it's more like the body's natural response to stress. Okay, so when one is subjected to situations of stress, definitely the body will respond. So the natural way the body responds to stress is like an anxiety. So it stimulates a fight or flight response. Okay, and anxiety is peculiar to everyone. There's no particular people that cannot be anxious or cannot experience anxiety. Okay, it happens to the young, it happens to the old, it happens to men, it happens to women, even people of different genders. It can happen to anybody. It now depends on how you are able to handle it. Okay, so it can come in different degrees, but initially it may be fleeting, comes once in a while. That may not be an issue. You can handle that with non-medical. When it becomes overwhelming, it becomes distressing, begins to impact on your level of functioning, your personal functioning, your individual level of functioning, interfering with your person-to-person interactions, how you relate with other people, interfering with your occupational level of functioning, and even your functioning in your family, begins to impair with your functioning in the broader social context. Then we now say that this is an overwhelming stress, which we may also call an anxiety disorder, because a disorder can be referred to a condition that impacts and impairs functioning. Okay, either individual, family, social, occupational, and broader social level of functioning. So that's when it becomes a disorder. So, like I said, like you notice that whenever you have an exam, or you're going to have a test, okay, you just see yourself having tension, even if for those